Good morning. I am the Moon Mama, and today is Thursday. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, so today is Thursday, and Thursday is the day governed by Jupiter. And Jupiter is currently in Capricorn. Jupiter in Capricorn is really about our faith. It's about, do we have the faith to do the deep, hard work that is required of us at this time? And when I say faith, I mean, can we see the end? Do you have the wherewithal to see where you want to land, at the end of this, and then take the steps to do the hard work to get us there? Jupiter means that we actually have the wind behind us and not in front of us. But Capricorn is so challenging that, everything is hard in Capricorn, especially with Pluto and Saturn there. And the thing that we're seeing right now is that our world is really unraveling so quickly. The moon today is in Cancer, and Cancer is our early childhood foundation, our relationship to the mother. And that's a metaphor and a truism as well. It's something that is practical and metaphor as well. And so what that means metaphorically is that, with the sun in Aquarius and the moon in Cancer and a Jupiter day, it really is an opportunity to look at the behaviors that we learned in our childhood and how are they still serving us, and how are they really outdated? Because the truth of the matter is, with the sun in Aquarius, that says that our old ways of being are completely outdated. And so what we're doing is we need to reframe the lessons, the experiences of our childhood, so that we can renew ourselves and be different and be something that we have only dreamed of being, something that we've only imagined. One of the things that I'm noticing, Oprah and Gail have been in the media a lot, and it's very fascinating because for me personally, there was a time when I worshiped Oprah. Literally, I used to have a joke, and my joke was, if Oprah was Jesus, then I would be at church every Sunday. And now we're seeing that who they are, they don't resonate the same, right? Because they've been a part of our consciousness as Black people. Like, Oprah was the only person really that we had to sort of, for years, to sort of look to. And she was this beacon of hope and inspiration, not only for Black people, but for white people as well, especially women. And now, you have to understand that everything grows old. Nature wears everything down. And so what happens is, Oprah was striving and becoming herself, and her story was so compelling because of where she's come from. But now she's rich. She's a billionaire. So she's out of touch in a lot of ways, right? She's out of touch with the everyday plight of, people who are trying to pay their bills. Like, the homelessness population in Los Angeles is record high, like she's not in the throes of it in the way that she used to be. And so, it's just a very different thing. This thing with Gail and Kobe and Leslie, the basketball player, the network released a tantalizing cut because the network could give a fuck about Kobe Bryant's family and our community and how we're mourning and all of that. The network only cares about dollars. Again, guess what that comes from? That comes from slavery. Slavery, the people who created slavery and drove the system of slavery, the captors, they didn't care about the well-being of the people who were working. They literally had women who were making babies one after the next, and those babies were born into a slave system. And so people were dispendable. And, those of us who are working for these networks and who are a part of this experience, they only care about the bottom line. They do not care about your heart, about love and compassion and well-being. That's just not what the media does. The media is here to drive the machine. And so now we see that, people who have had extraordinary impact in our lives, like someone like Oprah and Gail, are now being, used by the machine, because that's what the machine does. It just uses us. It's just kind of how it is, right? I noticed that they said Oprah was she was, basically putting her name on a vaccination for pneumonia. Like, wow, that's so fascinating. Like, here she is, the most honored name, and then when she puts her name on something, it sells. And I remember there was a time when she barely put her name on anything because she knew that power. And so now she's putting her name on a vaccination for pneumonia, when all of those things, all of those things can be healed with herbs and naturopathic ways. And the medical industry is all about dollars and money. It's not about well-being at all. So it's very important, in this Cancer moon energy, to think about really what secures us, what nurtures us, and the things that used to nurture us, the things that used to bolster us and inspire us. Not anymore. Not so much. It just ends. Everything comes to an end. It's just how it is, right? So we're in a great ending right now, which also means that we're in a great beginning. And you just have to look to new things. Like, the old guard is coming undone. It's just how it works. So with that, use this energy to look at the things that nurtured you as a child, that made you feel good, and see how you can revamp those things. Become your own hero. We don't need to idealize people anymore. That's just not how it works. Everybody has their shit. Everybody does. Nobody is without the struggle. And that's the challenge that I have about us in America. We're so Christ-centered, like this Jesus thing. It's like saviors. We're all looking for saviors. And there are no saviors. You are your own savior. Save yourself. And that is the energy of the Cancer moon, to save yourself. And how do you save yourself? By being true to yourself, by being authentic to yourself, by knowing who you are, what runs you, how you think, what you need, how you feel, what feels good, what feels bad. Literally save yourself. And then it doesn't matter what Oprah or Gail or anybody does, especially as women. We are so freaking powerful, and we don't realize how powerful we are because we don't anchor ourselves into our spiritual, ritualistic practices, which is where our power comes from. Our power is internal. It's not external. And if more women were doing the internal work, this world would be different. All right. Peace and blessings. I'm the Moon Mama. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.